Hey everyone, welcome back to Paul's Model Works, and today is the day that I'm going to show you guys my final build for the Fast Jimmy 71 CGG Classic Model Car Contest, and it's all finished finally. Just barely got it done in time. Today is the 1st of November. I got it finished, so I'm shooting my video and getting this uploaded so you guys can see it. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I think it is a really cool model. The kit is pretty good. It's lacking a little bit in detail, but as you guys know, I did the 1979 Camaro Z28. That's the Revell release of the model, and so I'm going to show you guys that here in a minute. But first of all, I just wanted to say a big thank you to Fast Jimmy and to the other judges for hosting this contest and just letting us all be a part of it. I think this is great. A lot of fun watching what some of the other people have been building, and man, there is some tough competition. So you judges are going to have your hands full trying to figure out all the winners and everything. But this has been really fun. I've enjoyed the challenge of trying to keep it within the 70s. I've not really done anything like that. Most of my stuff I just kind of customize. So this has been a challenge for me, but I think it's been a good one. It's kind of stretched my modeling creativity, I guess, a little bit. But anyway, so thank you guys for doing the contest, and I'm going to get out of the way and show you guys the model. Alright guys, well here's the car. It's all finished like I said, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys everything that I have done to it. I just wanted to say that everything is done. I looked at a lot of 1:1 pictures and have tried my best to replicate what the car would have looked like in 1979. And basically what it is the car is a daily driver with a couple of modifications to it, but other than that it's basically a bone stock car, and it's got a little bit of wear and tear, but that's about it. Not much wear and tear can happen in a year. But anyway, so let me go ahead and show you guys what I have done with the car and everything, and take you for a little tour around it. So here is the passenger side. The color is that dupla color. It's called a camel metallic. It's the closest I could find to the actual bronze color that the real car came in, and so it's that dupla color automotive paint, and it came out really nice. I'm going to start here on top with the two. There's the T-tops there, and I'm going to take these off because when I move the model around they just want to fall off anyways. But those have a slight tint in them. It's kind of hard to tell, but there's a slight tint I did. I used hot water and some RIT clothing dye, and so it has a little bit of kind of a brown tint to it. So anyway, on the car, let me show you a little closer here in on the wheel. If you guys can see, the wheel is completely detailed and painted to match the car. The lug nuts are painted, and the little center cap is painted. And then if you can see, right up here in the right top corner of the wheel, there is the little valve stem, and I've got those on all of the wheels. As you can see back here, it's on the little left-hand side. Just right there is the little valve stem, and all of the wheels have been completely detailed. And then on the back of the car, we have here, I put down there a little license plate. It's a Michigan license plate, but it's actually one from 1979 as well. I looked up one and got that printed off in a smaller size. Here is the driver's side of the car. There. Looks pretty good. And then the front, I have the Z28 little license plate there over on the side, and that is how they would be on the 1:1 car. They'd be over there on the side. And then I'm going to show you guys the interior here real quick. You can see there the dash is completely detailed. I painted all of the little chrome trim and everything. All of the dials and everything are painted. And then if you can see there on the steering wheel, over on the right hand side of it there is a little, basically kind of like the turn signal. That wasn't on there, so I used a little pin and made that. And then there in the center is, you can see there's a couple of $10 bills laying there. I just added those in for the fun of it. And then over here on the passenger seat, I put a couple of magazines in there. They are actually magazines from 1979. And then that one there that's laying open, if you look real close, you can see that that's got an actual ad for the 1979 Camaro Z28 in it. So I thought that was kind of cool, just add a little something to the model. The seats have all been detailed, and they have seat belts on them. I got some photo etch seat belts, and I ran those. On these front seats here, what I did is here on the side is the little, basically like little bracket that the shoulder harness would go through. So I made those, scratch built those, and ran the seat belt through that. And then, as you can see, there's the little seat belt. In the back, turn this into the light. The back seats have seat belts in them as well on both sides. And then the floor is flocked inside of the car. So it's been completely detailed. Here on the door, you guys can see right there, I put the little locks right here on the inside of the door panel. There's the little, I don't know what you call those, but it's the little lock, you know, you pull up and everything. So that has all been completely done, just like the 1-1 car. Inside of the trunk, I did some detail. There is the spare tire, and then there's some tools, tire changing, and then a couple of wrenches. And then over here, we have a blanket that I made, kind of just a little plaid blanket, kind of goes with the car. The tire, what I did was I've got a spare tire in there, and then you see the little blue square on top of that with like the little thing sticking out of it. What that is the bracket that would hold the tire in place. It's basically like the little threaded, you know, bolt that comes up through there, and then that is the metal piece that would go on there that would hold the tire in place. So, and then the trunk is cut open and hinged, and it works really nice. And then let me show you guys what I did to the motor. The motor is where I've put a lot of my detail time in on this. If I can get this open. Alright, well here's the motor, and this is where, like I said, I put a lot of detail time into. I looked at a lot of pictures of the actual car to make sure I got this right and did all the plumbing right. The first thing I had noticed was that the alternator was on the wrong side of the car. They had it over here on this side. So I had to redo all of the pulleys and belts and everything to get it onto this side. And then there was no setup for any kind of air conditioning, so I made my own air conditioning compressor right over here. And you can see it right there is the air conditioning compressor. It's got a little decal on it and everything. So I made that so that it would look a little more realistic. Let me show you guys that a little closer. With the compressor there, I ran all of the lines off of it, and I used basically like some little metal paper clips, and I made the little metal parts coming off there, and then the hoses running off and over here into the firewall. So that's completely all scratch built, and then there is the little radiator hose, or the radiator hose that was scratch made. And then right over here I have the two vacuum lines. They're right there. Those are scratch made, and those run into the firewall as well. And then I use bare metal foil to make all of the little hose clamps on all of the hoses. And then you can see right back here I've got the distributor with all the wiring. There's a vacuum line here on the side that's running off of the top of the valve cover there, and there's one on both sides. I'll show you there. This is the one on the other side. If you look right down here underneath the air cleaner, you can just barely see it under there, but there is a spring, and what that spring is basically the throttle linkage. And so I made the throttle linkage underneath there, but you can't really see it because, like I said, it's covered by the air cleaner. The air cleaner is not the stock air cleaner. I did this one because it's more of like a custom look, so kind of like I said, like the guy customized it a little bit. Over here is the water bottle, and I've got the line running for that to go for the windshield washer fluid. And then if you look right here at the battery, it's got the battery hardware on there. Those are all scratch made from styrene and then painted. I cut those out. It was kind of hard because they're so tiny, but they are all scratch made. And then I've got the two positive and negative battery cables running off of that. And I've got the negative running to a ground right above the alternator, and then the positive is running down to the starter underneath there. And so, anyway, like I said, I spent a lot of time detailing the motor. I think it turned out good. There's a fuel line that's running right there on the front of the motor that goes down underneath to the fuel pump. And I'll show you guys that here in a minute when I show you the bottom of the car. Another thing I wanted to show you is the shine on this paint. Paint turned out great, like I said, and it has got an awesome reflection. You can see there, that's the light there in the ceiling, and then you can see it there in the paint. That is the light, and you can see it on the back there. So the paint turned out really good. Got that clear coat on it. The other thing that I wanted to show you guys real quick is the bottom of the car. I spent some time underneath here. You can see there at the bottom of the motor where that little red wire is running into the starter there. So I did that, and then I've got the whole bottom of the car weathered really good. Basically, it's a little bit rusty, you know, because it's the guy's daily driver, so he drives it, you know, to work and whatever every day, so it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it. Tires have been sanded to look a little worn. The other custom thing I did was this exhaust right here. The exhaust should continue on underneath the rear axle and come out the back, but I cut it off right here, and then I used a little bit of aluminum tubing to make little exhaust tips. And then on either side here I have the gas and the brake lines ran. I actually was able to find a picture of a 1.1 car from the bottom and actually see how the lines ran, and they're kind of identical on both sides, so I've got them bent to actually follow how the real one would go. So the gas line runs down here underneath the rear axle, and then right back here is where it connects to the gas tank. And then over here I have the brake line running from the brake booster all the way down, and then right here it runs into a little rubber hose, which you can see right there. There's the connector, and then it runs to the rubber hose, and then that rubber hose runs underneath the rear axle there to a T-joint, and then from there it runs off each side. As you can see, it runs off of each side there to each of the brakes on the back. And so I was able to do all of that, which came out really good. So anyway, I think it turned out really good, and I'm really happy with it, and hopefully you guys will all like it. And I'm running short on time here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this video off and try and get this thing uploaded before the 12 o'clock cutoff time. So thanks again for watching, and here's going to be some pictures of it. Enjoy them, and let me know what you guys think.